presentation of BFA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Williamstown High School and our coaches' conversation with Williamstown head coach Adam D'Andrea. Coach, welcome. Thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time.
Appreciate it, man. As always.
Listen, the past, not the start you wanted to get off to. We know that. However, you are coming off a really nice win on Saturday. Tell us about the start and what changed from Saturday for the first 9 games.
Yeah, I mean, it just, like we were talking about as a group, like learning to win is a skill that we're still developing. So at this point, it's still that process of taking it a game at a time and learning how to do that. And we're just not accustomed to it right now. So I think the only way to do that is to get the wins and grind out the wins and work on it in practice, little situations, more something that we're just adapting on the fly. Saturday, I thought we had a right step in the right direction there, and we put up a lot of points. That's how I like to play, like get out and go. So hopefully that continues tonight. We'll just get that tempo going and starts on defense.
And I thought your kids in the first 9 games gave you really good effort. I mean, you just found a way to come on the short side of the stick rather than using a horse racing term, putting your head in front and coming up with a W.
Yeah, we had about 4 or 5 games that we lost there that were single digits. So I mean, for us, it's just a play here and there. That's that skill, learning how to close out a game, learning how to continue to do it, and that's what we're trying to get better at as a group. I see strides in the right direction, so I'm happy with it, and the kids are, again, they're working hard. We're trying to get it fixed, as you know. So
you added a couple new starters to your lineup on Saturday, which makes you a lot deeper from a lineup standpoint. And talk about the 2 newcomers, the 2 transfers that started for you on Saturday, and will be playing again here for the rest for the.
Yeah, Clinton Suggs came from Paul VI, and obviously played really well for us. Is one of the better point guards, I believe, in the state. I think he's just that kind of presence, calming presence. Doesn't get too high, too low. And Jameer is just an absolute force on a wing. Can really do it all. I mean, he's been with us since the summer. He's taken a leadership role with us, and he's done a great job. I would say that's why he's one of the captains for us this year. Really took that. The kids are taking to him what he's trying to preach, a sense of maturity that he has, both of them. And then we also have another one, Mir Washington, came back for us. So that's 3. And he fits right in. He's been here before. He left right before last year. So that's 3 guys, who seamlessly fit in pretty well with us. And it's just everybody just adjusting some roles, I'd say. But everyone's excited for them and excited for the group moving forward.
But the depth that you now have, I mean, you have a nice young player. You have a nice player in Kaysen Matthews, who's now even coming off the bench for you a little bit because of these, the 3 new players that you're now incorporating in the lineup. But Matthews didn't miss a beat the other day either.
Yeah, I mean, he's somebody now, if you just tell him, like, listen, you're just going to go out there and do your job, like, maybe it makes it a little easier for him to just play even better for. So I think it helps him as a senior, as our other captain too, and he's embraced everything we've asked him to do. So I mean, couldn't be more proud of him. Just moving forward, we're going to need him down the stretch for sure. Going to need a lot of them.
Right. So I mean, so you start off 2-7, right? But now in the second half, you're looking to make that state tournament push, right?
Yep.
To see if you can get yourself into that state tournament. Your depth and everything that you talked about in learning how to win. Now with the new transfers coming into play, maybe you can get yourself in front in some of those games and win the back end of these contests to get yourself in that tournament.
We just want to be there at the end. I think that's what we're preaching. It's just just get better every game. Just don't look ahead. Don't look too far. I mean, unfortunately, you got to forget the tough ones. You learn from them, but you just can't get too ahead of ourselves here. And we just got to go one game at a time here, and then look up at the end. Sometimes I learned when I was at St. Augustine talking to those guys, it's like preseason rankings don't matter. None of it matters. Even here, it's just where you end up is what everybody talks about. So we're hoping to be one of the teams everybody's talking about at the end.
You have Kingsway High School in town tonight here in Williamstown. Give us a quick scouting report. What do you expect of them, and what do you have to do for your club to win?
The well-coached, disciplined. They have some size. I mean, they play us tough. I mean, since I've been here, they've gone back a few years now. I think Williamstown, I don't think we've beaten them in the last 3-4 years. So they've kind of ran with this division a little bit here. So it's always a tough test. These division games just throw out the records, and they're having a good season as always. So we're just going to try and compete with them and try to push the pace a little bit.
Well, once again, we wish you the best of luck. We thank you for taking a few minutes to talk to us, and good luck tonight against Kingsway.
Appreciate you, Bob. Thank you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's contest is being conducted according to the rules of the New Jersey State High School Athletic Association. These rules provide for fair competition among players. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion should not be tolerated and subject to violence or objection. It may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Each one is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this competition at a high level of good sportsmanship. And now it's time for tonight's starting lineups. First, the visiting Dragons of Kingsway High School. At guard, number 1, a senior, J.D. Johnson. At guard, number 2, a junior, Chase Thompson. At guard, number 3, a senior, Matteo Morini. At guard, number 4, junior, Czar Witherspoon. And at center, number 34, a freshman, Joe Steck. Kingsway's coach, Coach Frank Kuzma. Assistants are Joe Philipposian, Mike Ford, Luca Kismet, and Bobby Barbieri. And as you know, the starting lineup for York, Williamstown. And forward, number 15, a senior, Dimitri Walker. Outside forward, number 12, a senior, Braden Covington. At guard, number 4, a sophomore, Tyson Foreman. At guard, number 0, a senior, Jamir Gordon. At guard, number 2, a senior, Quentin Suggs. Your great coach, Mr. Adams, the Andrea assistants are Joseph Martino, A. Scott, Jeremiah Johnson, and A.J. Sescone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's go. Please rise and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome to Williamstown High School. Thank you for tuning in to BFA Sports. I'm Steve Westcott coming to you live from Williamstown High School. We hope you enjoyed our coach's conversation with head coach Adam D'Andrea, coming off of a win on Saturday over the Warriors of Wildwood. Looking to start stringing some wins together, are they? Tonight they host the Kingsway High School Dragons. Head coach of Brian Kuzmic. I hope you enjoyed listening to Dave Geyer. He's the best there is, giving us our starting lineups, and here we are giving them to you right now. Starting for the Dragons of Kingsway's number 1, J.D. Johnson. Number 2, Chase Thompson. Number 3, Matteo Morini. Number 4, Czar Witherspoon. And number 34, Joe Steck. Starting for the Braves of Williamstown, it's the same 5 that started Saturday. Jamir Gordon wears 0. Number 2, Clinton Suggs. Number 4, Tyson Foreman. Number 12, Braden Covington. Number 15, Dimitri Walker. And we're underway. J.D. Johnson with the basketball as Kingsway wins the tap. Man-to-man defense being played half court by Williamstown. Jameer Gordon almost comes up with a steal of a guard-to-guard pass of Kingsway right there. However, he tips it out of bounds. Possession will remain the Dragons. Ball into the hands of Thompson. That's Chase Thompson. Now he passes it down low to Joe Steck. It goes through his legs and out of bounds. Turnover by the Dragons. Williamstown in possession. As stated, Williamstown wants to try to start putting some wins together, stacking them together and trying to make a push to get themselves, as you heard us talk about with head coach Adam D'Andrea, and making a potential state tournament run and getting a berth to the state tournament. It looks like a little 3-2 zone here, a 2-3 zone by Kingsway. Braden Covington will take a 16-foot baseline jump shot. That's no good. Weak side rebound by Williamstown. Tyson Foreman's three from the far corner is no good as well. Kingsway in possession. Spin dribble, that is number 2. Shot and up from 12 feet is Chase Thompson. That's no good. Ball goes off of Williamstown, out of bounds. Possession will remain with Kingsway. Thompson with the basketball, being covered by Gordon. Pushes Marini through. 3-point field goal attempt is up and no good. Dimitri Walker went to the rim rather than boxing his guy out, and the rebound went over his head, and offensive rebound in possession for Kingsway. Head coach of the Dragons of Kingsway is Brian Kuzmic. As stated, they come in with a record of 6-4. J.D. Johnson with the basketball, hands it off to number 4. That's Czar Witherspoon. Johnson has it, drives to the baseline, finds Witherspoon on a cut. He can't score. Williamstown loses the defensive rebound. It gets kicked out to J.D. Johnson. His 3-point field goal is up and good. 3-0 Kingsway here early. Driving to the basket is number 2. That is Clinton Suggs, and he's fouled on his drive. Fouls on number 4, Czar Witherspoon. It's his first, team first. Our officials for this evening, really good officials tonight. Dwight Davis is one of the best in the business. John Ryan and Hefner Cologne. First free throw attempt is up and good for Suggs. Second one is as well. Suggs is 2 for 2, and the score is now 3-2 Kingsway. Same full court pressure that they played Wildwood in on Saturday. Williamstown was in that 2-2-1 right here now. Pass to the wing with the basketball is number 2. That was Chase Thompson. Now it goes to the corner to Steck. He gets it back out to J.D. Johnson. Back up top to Czar Witherspoon, and around the horn it goes. Matteo Marino with the basketball. And he loses control of it. It goes out of bounds. Possession of Williamstown. Early in the first here at Williamstown High School. We hope you're enjoying it. Suggs, and now Jameer Gordon back to Suggs on the wing. He looks to get along the baseline, can't do so, loses it out of bounds, and the possession will go to Kingsway. Steck gets double teamed. Able to pass out of it, however, goes around the horn, and a 3-point field goal is up and good by Chase Thompson. So 2 early threes here for the Dragons, one by J.D. Johnson, one by Chase Thompson, and Kingsway is up 6-2. Williamstown turns it over here again. Kingsway in possession, Thompson has it. Being covered hard by Gordon. Passes the ball to J.D. Johnson. He looks inside the Steck, decides to throw guard-to-guard pass, and that's stolen by Tyson Foreman. Has himself in transition, kicks it to the wing. That's Clinton Suggs, up and good, no good. 3-point, Jameer Gordon takes a 3. That's up and down it goes. Clinton Suggs didn't make the three from the corner. Offensive rebound by Williamstown. Jameer Gordon took a three from the opposite side and nailed it. Czar Witherspoon with the basketball for Kingsway. Around to Chase Thompson. He looked like he wanted to take another three after just making one. Chose not to. J.D. Johnson with the basketball up top as Kingsway resets. Covington is covering Witherspoon. Three-point field goal is up and no good. Rebound to Suggs. Gordon. He has himself, he's going to pull up for three. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Braden Covington. Tyson Foreman looked like he wanted to do it, but instead drove and scores. Good head and ball fake by Tyson Foreman. Looked like he wanted to raise with a three. Got his defender off balance, took him to the rim and scored. 7-6, Braves now in front. Steck with the basketball to Witherspoon. Witherspoon to Thompson. Thompson to J.D. Johnson. He drives along the baseline. He lays it in for two. Good ball movement by Kingsway. Ball rotated from just in front of the Williamstown bench to the opposite side. Johnson finished on the baseline. Deep three-point field goal. Jameer Gordon is feeling it a little bit. He was almost on Kingsway's bench when he shot that one. Second three-point field goal of the night for Jameer Gordon. 10-8 Williamstown. Mateo Marini had the basketball, was tipped away from him by Clinton Suggs.
Kingsway, Nick Conklin replaces Joe Steck.
Kingsway will inbound. J.D. Johnson to do so. Throws it all the way up top into the hands of number 20, who just checked in. That's Nick Conklin. Johnson now with the basketball. Over to Thompson. Thompson being covered by Jameer Gordon. He tips it away from Thompson. Jameer Gordon has himself out in front, lays it up and in. Jameer Gordon has played really good 5 minutes right here. 2 threes right there. He tips and steals it away, gets himself out in transition. Throw ahead to Gordon, and he lays it in for two. J.D. Johnson tries to get to the basket. He can't do so. Braden Covington outlets, rebounds, and outlets to Jameer Gordon. It will go off of Kingsway and out of bounds. Action-packed first 5 minutes and 13 seconds. Can't beat this action, folks. Coming to you live from BFA here at Williamstown High School. Suggs with the basketball. To Foreman. Up top to Gordon, round the horn to Suggs. Suggs looks into Covington, decides to go back up top to Gordon. He loses control of it in paint, however, regathers, kicks it out to Foreman. 15-footer along the baseline is no good. Braden Covington tries to get the put back up and in. Can't do so, so he kicks it back out from the floor to Jameer Gordon, who misses a three from the top of the key. Kingsway with the rebound and the possession. Conklin with the basketball. Being covered by Gordon. Gets into the paint. Little fadeaway, 10-footer, and down it goes. Nick Conklin with a tough shot. Took Jameer Gordon into the paint and then decided to shoot a little 10-foot fadeaway. Got it to go. Williamstown up 2. 1:49 left here in the first. Good ball movement. Suggs was open out on a cutting straight down the lane. They found him and he just couldn't finish. Good hands by Tyson Foreman. He tips a Kingsway pass out of bounds. Possession will remain, however, with Kingsway. Conklin with the basketball, being covered by Suggs. Now he passes back up top to Thompson. To the corner for three. A three-point field goal is up and no good. However, there's a foul on the play. And it looks as though Mateo Marini is going to go to the line to shoot three. Foul was on Tyson Foreman, his first, team first.
At the line for Kingsway, Mateo Marini shoots three.
And as stated, Marini will get three from the charity stripe. First one is up and good. Second one is as well. Substitutions for Williamstown. Kaysen Matthews comes in, and so does Kamar Goodall. Gordon will get a breather, and so will Foreman. 2 for 3 as he misses the third one. Rebound is goes to Kingsway. They save it as they go out of bounds. Gets back to J.D. Johnson, and he nails a three. So he missed the third free throw, but ended up with a 3-point field goal, and it's 15-12 Kingsway. Matthews with the basketball, passes to Amir Washington, who just checked in as well. He takes the dribble drive right down the heart of the paint and draws a foul.
Kingsway foul Matteo Marini, his first team second.
Williamstown on a baseline inbound. Coming back into the game for Kingsway is number 34, Joe Steck.
He replaces Matteo Marini.
And he'll replace Matteo Marini. Suggs the inbound, finds Covington. He steps behind the three-point line, lets it go, and he misses it off the heel of the rim. Rebound to Kingsway. Conklin with the basketball to Steck. Back to Conklin. Man-to-man defense still being played and applied by Williamstown. Amir Washington defending Joe Steck. Czar Witherspoon dribbles into the paint, kicks it up top to Steck. He's going to get a little turnaround 10-footer from the baseline. That's no good. Goodall with the rebound, and he's out and running. Kicks it back up top to Suggs, who kicks it to the corner for three. Amir Washington's three-point field goes no good. Goodall with the offensive rebound and putback. Good job on the defensive end, and then follows it up on the offensive end with an offensive end rebound and putback does Kamir Goodall. Kingsway with the basketball. Thompson has it. Kicks it to the corner for J.D. Johnson. Three-point field goes up and no good. Conklin rebound. Up and no good. And what an action-packed first quarter, which ends with our score, Kingsway 15, Williamstown 14. We'll be right back. You're looking at the Williamstown huddle. Coach Adam D'Andrea addressing his kids. Played a really good first half there. Action-packed it was. Getting ready to start our second quarter here. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors that help bring these contests to you. Burlington Beef, ICS Consulting Services, Insurance Consulting Needs, CICS, Scarpelli's Restaurant, Hamilton, New Jersey, JPC Construction, Bryson and Yates Engineering Consultants, and Ronnie's Produce, McAdoo Fresh as well. BFA thanks you, as does Williamstown High School basketball. Amir Washington with the basketball at the top of the key. Passes it over to Jameer Gordon, who's back into the game. Skip pass to Tyson Foreman. That three-point field goal is up and no good. Gordon attempts to get the offensive rebound, however, can't do so, and it's out of bounds off of Gordon. Possession 2, Kingsway. Kingsway's double team. That was Conklin, that was double team. However, Kingsway gets out of it. J.D. Johnson now has it. He finds, and there's a travel called on the play. He found a cutting Marini. The travel will turn the basketball over to Williamstown. Down one here, just early second quarter action. Kingsway coming with a double team. Tyson Foreman, Suggs is able to pass it out of that to Tyson Foreman on a baseline. They found a baseline cutter in Jameer Gordon, who can't get it to go. Thompson back for Kingsway. At the top of the key, kicks it to Witherspoon. Witherspoon looks, passes it to Matteo Marini. Marini over to Conklin. Conklin looking to take Amir Washington. Gets into the paint. 13-foot floater, no good. Amir Washington with the rebound for Williamstown, and he's out and running. However, he dribbles it off his foot, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover to Kingsway. Conklin has the basketball. Staring down Amir Washington. He crosses the timeline and passes to Johnson. Johnson over to Marini. And a three-point field goal is up and good by Nick Conklin. Washington out top to Covington. Covington to the foreman. Around the horn it goes, and it's over to... Ref is in my way. Can't see the number, but however, they find a cutting Jameer Gordon, and he can't finish. Back comes Kingsway. Johnson with the basketball to Chase Thompson. Three-point field goal is up and no good. Suggs now has it for Williamstown. He's in transition. And there's an offensive foul called on the play. Really good defensive job right there.
Brings offensive foul, Clinton Suggs, his first.
By Conklin, I believe it was, who had a charging Suggs and was willing to take the contact. That was Suggs' first foul, Williamstown's first here in the second quarter. Thompson with the basketball for the Dragons of Kingsway. They tried to find a cutting J.D. Johnson. Williamstown steals it. Out and running is Suggs. There's a block on the play, and down it goes. Clinton Suggs wasn't going to be denied this time. He picked up the charge and the offensive foul the last trip. Out in transition this time. He takes a little cut dribble to the right, gets the defender to move, finishes, draws the foul.
Shoots one. In the game, Kingsway,
Joe Steck will return for Kingsway. He replaces Czar Witherspoon. Suggs at the line, looking to complete a traditional three-point play. Up and good. 1 point lead, just as we started the second, is what it is with 5:43 left here in the second. Conklin with the basketball. To J.D. Johnson on a guard-to-guard pass. They're finding a cutting Thompson. However, he's being covered by Gordon. They kick it to the corner. Three-point field goal is up and no good. That was taken by Marini. And Jameer Gordon has himself in transition. Little Euro step to the left side. Floater was no good. Out in front is Conklin, and he'll lay it in. However, he misses it. Marini now has it on the offensive end. Should have assumed that one was going down. He got himself out in front of the pack. However, didn't lay it in. Marini now has it. He loses it to Braden Covington, and Williamstown's in possession. Foreman with the basketball. Dribbles behind his back. Gives it to Braden Covington. Three-point field goal is up and no good. Chase Thompson comes down with it. Kingsway now in possession. To Conklin. He'll dribble it back up top, and Kingsway will reset. 18-17, Dragons of Kingsway with a 1 point lead. Conklin looking to get to the rim, does so and scores. Nick Conklin with a really good dribble drive to the basket, got himself past Amir Washington and laid it in for two. 2017, Dragons of Kingsway on top. Mid-second. Welcome back to Williamstown High School. Steve Westcott here with BFA Sports. We have 4:28 left in the second quarter. Visiting Dragons of Kingsway up 3. Williamstown inbound. Inbound to Gordon. Little 2-2-1 full court pressure by Kingsway as well. Gordon has the basketball, goes back up top to Tyson Foreman. Now they're in the 2-3 zone as Kingsway. Braden Covington over to Gordon. Back to Covington. Back to Gordon. Gordon made a couple of threes early in the first quarter. Ball is passed around the perimeter. That's Suggs with it. He goes to the corner to Foreman. Foreman will dribble back up top. They find that's Ian Basilio who checked into the basketball game at the foul line. His 15-footer at the foul line is up and no good. Kingsway with the rebound and possession. Johnson with the basketball, dribble handoff to Conklin. Conklin being covered by Suggs. Good help by Ian Basilio. He's covering J.D. Johnson, who has the basketball. Foreman and Suggs run out on Conklin. He can't get the jump shot off, so he dribbles into the paint and kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson back up top to Johnson. Johnson looks to get to the paint. Thompson in the corner. Can't do so. He steps back behind the three-point line. That's no good. Covington fights for the rebound. However, it comes down into the hands of Foreman. Foreman's going to kick it out to Suggs. Suggs going to look to get in the paint. The floater from 6 feet up and good. Kingsway was up 1 going into the second. They're up 1 now with 2:50 left in it. Basilio covering J.D. Johnson of Kingsway. Marini with the basketball. To Joe Steck, now to Conklin. Back to Johnson. Johnson looks to take Ian Basilio, can't do so, and then turns it over, and Jameer Gordon is out and off to the races. His pass is not gathered by Suggs, and it was a good pass. Suggs could have just laid it in, however, Gordon, a little too hot to handle there. Fast-paced action. It's been back and forth action the entire way so far. No foul trouble in this one. I think there are only 3 total fouls for each team in the first, and there's only 2 so far here in the second with 2 minutes left. It's been a clean, fast-paced, well-played game. Conklin has the basketball for Kingsway. Wants to go by Suggs, gets to the paint. 14-footer's no good. Rebound to Braden Covington. However, it's stolen by Marini. And we have a hold. Foul is on number 0, Jameer Gordon. That's his first, team second. Kason Matthews will return for Williamstown, and he'll replace Braden Covington. Williamstown, Kingsway with a side inbound. Their offensive end. Marini gathers it in the corner. Comes off a screen, J.D. Johnson, now to Conklin. Conklin being covered by Kason Matthews. And we have a travel on the play. Mateo Marini caught the ball in the corner. Traveled. Turning it over to Williamstown. Czar Witherspoon returns for, Joe Steck came back into the game replacing Czar Witherspoon. Williamstown in possession. Gordon has it. Kick to the corner to Basilio. Basilio gets the defender up in the air, doesn't shoot it. Gets it to Jameer Gordon, dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to Suggs. Suggs dribble drive, no good, deflected out of bounds. Possession will remain with Williamstown. 1:16 left here before the half. Pass inside to number 2, Clinton Suggs. However, there's a foul on the play. It should be Williamstown baseline inbound. Joe Steck's player who committed the foul for Kingsway, his first, team second. Williamstown inbounds it to Jameer Gordon, over to Kason Matthews, back to Gordon. Kingsway still in the zone. Gordon dribbles to the elbow, kicks it over to Tyson Foreman in front of the Kingsway bench. Matthews with it. Now Gordon, long 3-point field goal right from where he made 2 of them in the first quarter. Basilio hustles and tracks down the rebound. Williamstown still in possession inside a minute here, the second quarter. And we have a 3-second violation.
3-second violation, Kingsway ball.
Turnover to Williamstown. It'll be Kingsway basketball. Number 1, Kamar Goodall comes back in for Williamstown, and so does Czar Witherspoon for Kingsway. Chase Thompson with the basketball for Kingsway. Goes up top to J.D. Johnson. He's being covered by Suggs. There's 33 ticks left in the half. Over to Conklin. Conklin being covered by Case and Matthews. Back up top to Johnson. 20 seconds left. Kingsway wanting to take the last shot, and there's a timeout. Kingsway up 1, wanting to take the last shot here. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. Head coach Brian Kuzmic of Kingsway wants to draw a play up here to try to get one more bucket here before the half and take a 3-point lead rather than a 1-point lead into the locker room. There's your first horn, and the teams will come back out on the floor with 11.6 seconds left. You see the score, 2019 Dragons.
Will be Kingsway ball.
Kingsway to inbound. Let's see what Coach Kuzmic drew up. They get inbounded to Czar Witherspoon, who gets it back to Johnson. They give it to Witherspoon at the elbow to the corner. Marini doesn't shoot the 3. Kicked back Witherspoon into the baseline dribble drive. Johnson, no good, and that ends the half. Looked like J.D. Johnson was looking for some contact, didn't get it, which is why he hit the floor. Let's go to our game changer replays. That's the 3-point field goal earlier in the contest by Conklin. There's the lay-in by Clinton Suggs where he drew the foul and then completed the 3-point play. Conklin on the dribble drives, able to get all the way to the rim and lay it in. He had a nice first half for Kingsway. Suggs again, dribble drive to 10 feet, little floater up and good. And we're at the half. Halftime score, Kingsway 20, Williamstown 19.
Braves, cheerleaders. Give it up for the Braves. Cheer.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, notice, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Welcome back to Williamstown High School. We're about to begin our second half of play. Your halftime score is Kingsway 20, Williamstown 19. Score may seem low, but man, was it action-packed, back and forth, clean played, well-played basketball. Let's go over our halftime leading scores. Leading scores for Kingsway, J.D. Johnson led them with 8, Nick Conklin with 5, Chase Thompson with 3, Mateo Marini with 2, and Brandon Craig had 2. Leading scores for Williamstown, Jameer Gordon with 8, Clinton Suggs with 7, Tyson Foreman with 2. Kingsway starts with possession. Witherspoon to the rim, scores and got fouled. Czar Witherspoon dribbles, spin dribbles at the elbow, goes right down the heart of the paint, scores and drew the foul.
Lines are Witherspoon shoots 1.
Jameer Gordon with the basketball, dribbles to 14 feet. Little floater is up and no good. Ball goes out of bounds off of Kingsway, and the possession will remain with Williamstown. Inbound is to Gordon, who passes to Foreman, gets it to Suggs in the corner, back up top. Kingsway back into that 2-3 zone. They've played it the entire contest. Suggs has the basketball, dribbles into the paint, and we have an offensive foul called. I believe it's on number 13, Ian Basilio. That's his second, team's second. (23-19) Kingsway, who's in possession of the basketball. Thompson has it. Being covered by Basilio, half-court man-to-man defense, which is what Williamstown has played the entire time. Marini with the basketball, tries to get it to J.D. Johnson. He wasn't looking, threw it right off the back of his number. Marini will now get on the floor and gather the loose ball. Czar Witherspoon has it, lays it up and in. Czar Witherspoon has a couple buckets here to start the third quarter for Kingsway. Now stretches that lead a little bit to 6. Basilio with a good catch into the paint. Covington to Gordon. His three-point field goal is blocked and it's out of bounds. It'll remain Williamstown's possession. Gordon to inbound. They're going to let Marini tie his sneaker here. Gordon inbounds the Foreman. Foreman calls Gordon up top with him, and it looks like they're going to a 2-1-2 set. Suggs couldn't handle the pass into the high post at the foul line area. Turnover in Williamstown. Kingsway with the basketball. Steck has it. Back up top to Marini. He's going to look to get by Basilio. Makes a nice spin move. Up and good. Marini made a really nice spin move. Took Ian Basilio into the paint and then spun around him down the heart of the lane. Laid it in for 2. Lead for Kingsway now stretching, and now it's at 8. Skip past the Foreman. Basilio now has it. Back to Foreman. Pass to Covington. He's not ready for it, and it goes through his hands out of bounds. Kason Matthews checks in for Ian Basilio. Kingsway does get it in, almost avoided a 5-second call there. J.D. Johnson has it, now to Thompson. Back into the hands of Johnson. Now he plays catch with Thompson. Thompson to Marini. He looks to find a cutting Witherspoon, but couldn't get it to him. He decides to dribble it down the paint himself. Kicks out to Johnson. He's looking to go baseline. Can't go anywhere, but he finds a cutting Steck who gets fouled. Good job by Joe Steck right there, making himself available as Johnson looked like he almost traveled as he fell to the floor. Johnson was able to find the cutting Steck. He couldn't score, but he did draw the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Joe Steck shoots 2.
First one is up and good. Not the second. 1 for 2 from Steck. Williamstown got to figure out this zone from Kingsway. Drive by Suggs, kicks the Foreman for 3. That three-point field goes up and no good. Jameer Gordon's rebound and putback is also no good. Back comes Kingsway. Thompson with the basketball to the left hand, down the paint. That's no good. Steck battles for the rebound and comes up with it. And now there's a foul on Covington.
There's foul breaking Covington is second.
Good job by Joe Steck out battling Covington for the rebound and ended up getting him the foul. Dimitri Walker will come in, and he is replacing Covington. Baseline inbounds for Kingsway. They find a cutting Witherspoon, and he lays it in. Witherspoon took 2 steps towards the perimeter and then darted down the lane, and they found him. And there's a timeout on the play by Coach Adam D'Andrea. The lead went from 1. It's a 10-0 run by Kingsway, and the lead is now 11. We have a call here. Let's see.
Will be a full timeout for
It's a full timeout for Williamstown, and we'll take it with them. overhead view of the Kingsway Dragon bench, who are in control of this one here, taking control of this one here in the third quarter. They are now up 11. PFA Sports would like to thank some of our sponsors that help us bring these contests to you. Burlington Beef, ICS Insurance Consulting Services, Scarpelli's Restaurant, and JPC Construction. 4:49 left in the third. You see our score. Was a 1-point lead to start the third quarter. It's now 11. Williamstown to inbound. Matthews does so to Suggs. Let's see what head coach Adam D'Andrea drew up in regards to beating this Kingsway screen. It's a really good set right there. They actually set a pick for the top of the zone. Gordon found himself down the heart of the lane. Couldn't finish. Jump shot from the corner by Foreman. That doesn't go, and the rebound goes all the way out of bounds, and it'll be Kingsway basketball. Williamstown got the look they wanted. The shot just did not go down. Williamstown showing some full court pressure here. The ball's into the hands of Steck as they cross the timeline to Johnson to Marini. Marini being covered by Foreman. He comes off of a Witherspoon screen. Passes it to Witherspoon, who's being covered, and he travels. Good defense right there by Jameer Gordon. Williamstown switched defensively. Jameer Gordon ended up on Witherspoon. Pressured him into a travel. Kingsway showing a little full court pressure here as they have two guards. They're up top, a little 2-2-1 zone press. Suggs has it. Down the seam to Dimitri Walker, up top to Foreman. And now up top to Suggs. Suggs will give it to Gordon. Gordon looks to come off that screen at the top of the zone. The kick to Foreman. Three-point field goal is up and no good. And it's a good box out by Marini. And he gets a foul called on Jameer Gordon. Fundamental box out by Matteo Marini. Did a good job. Battled with Jameer Gordon. And that's already the fifth foul. Just past the halfway point here of the third quarter. And Marini will go to the line to shoot two.
Line Kingsway, Matteo Marini shoots two.
For all you young players out there, if you want to see what a box out looks like, you just watch that clip that Matteo Marini just displayed. That's how it's done. Makes the first free throw. Second one is good as well, and the lead grows to 13 for Kingsway. Suggs has it. Retreats. Kicks to the corner. Jameer Gordon's three is up and good.
Jameer Gordon.
Conklin with the basketball for Kingsway. Up top to Marini. He looks to get by Foreman. Kicks to the corner. Witherspoon's three is no good. Out with it is Suggs, and he's in transition, and he's all alone. Long rebound now for the long three-point field goal. 5 straight points for Williamstown, trying to claw back in this one. Approaching the 3-minute mark here in the third. Marini with the basketball. Had a cutting with it. Thompson didn't find him. Thompson steps back behind the three-point line, misses a corner three. However, he's fighting for the ball on the floor. Does so, finds Marini. Marini gets it to J.D. Johnson. Dribble drive is up and good. Kingsway hustled. Chase Thompson got the loose ball on the floor. Ball rotation found J.D. Johnson. And then get back the other way. Jameer Gordon will bank in a 15-footer. Kingsway now with the basketball. And just like the first half, back and forth we go. Conklin, 15-foot pull-up, no good. Dimitri Walker with the rebound. Out to Suggs. Suggs going to look to get all the way into the paint, does so, and there's a hold on the play.
Conklin, that's his first, team first.
Covington looks like he's going to come back in for Williamstown, and he does so for Dimitri Walker.
Dimitri Walker.
Williamstown with a baseline inbound, Suggs to do so. Tries to get it all the way across the paint to Covington. Williamstown turns it over. Chase Thompson with the basketball, 14-foot pull-up, no good. Williamstown in transition, throw ahead to Foreman, is going to lay it in. Good throw ahead pass, good look. Tyson Foreman lays it in and had himself ahead of the pack. Witherspoon to Thompson, back comes Kingsway. He's doubled, the ball's loose on the floor. Williamstown comes up with it, and then Tyson Foreman turns it over. Suggs will cover Steck in the corner, out top to Marini, to Witherspoon. 6-point lead for Kingsway. Conklin with the basketball. He looks to get past Foreman, does, kicks to the wing. Thompson with a head and ball fake into the paint, it's no good. Rebound to Williamstown. And they're out and running. Pass to Gordon on the wing, 3-point field goal is up and no good. Covington will gather the offensive rebound. Matthews wants to go, he kicks it out top to Gordon, and Coach Adam D'Andrea will call a timeout and settle this one down. Probably a good timeout right there. A lot of scattered play. Fast-paced action, however. Coach Adam D'Andrea calls a 30-second timeout. So while we do that, we're going to continue to go over the rest of our sponsors. JPC Construction, Bryson and Yates Engineering Consultants, Ronnie's Produce, and McAdoo Fresh. BFA Sports at Williamstown High School thanks you for helping us bring these contests to you out there who can't make it here to Williamstown High School. This one's been a fun one. Fast-paced, back and forth action. Kingsway had a 1-point lead coming into the third. The lead got to 12, and now it's back to 6. Sideline inbound for Williamstown. Gordon will have the honors. In the Suggs. To the wing to Foreman. Back to Suggs, to Gordon, around the perimeter it goes. Tyson Foreman, 3 is up and no good. Jameer Gordon had a chance at the rebound, but it went through his hands. Conklin dribbling against Foreman. And there's a foul on the play. Tyson Foreman a little too aggressive, and it looks as though they are in the bonus. So Conklin, I believe, will get some free throws here. And he will. 2 of them to be exact.
Kingsway, Nick Conklin shoots 2.
First free throw is up and good.
Replaces Mateo Marini.
Chase Thompson comes back into the game for Kingsway. He replaces Marini. Conklin should have another free throw coming, and he does. Second one is up and good as well. Lead back to 8. Williamstown with the basketball. Gordon in a hurry. To the corner. Back to Gordon. Around the perimeter it goes. Kason Matthews dribbles to 14 feet, pulls up with a jump shot, and that's no good. Williamstown with the offensive rebound. Foreman, 17-foot jumper along the baseline is good. Coach Brian Kuzmic of Kingsway wants a foul on the rebound. May have been right, however, there was no call on the play. Williamstown ends up with the bucket. Conklin with the basketball to Thompson. Being covered by Kason Matthews. Comes off of a Joe Steck screen, gets all the way into the paint. Little 4-footer is up and good. Good head and ball fake, got the defender flying by, and Thompson ended up scoring. At the buzzer for 3, it's banked in. Clinton Suggs banks in a 3 at the buzzer to end the third quarter, and that will make the lead 5. 38-33 Kingsway. Hang around for this one. You're going to want to be here to the finish. We're going to the 4th. Game changer replay to throw ahead to Tyson Foreman, who laid it in. Some of the game changer replay action here. Foreman, little dribble, one bounce of the basketball to 17 feet, knocked down baseline jumper. That's how Kingsway answered. Back comes Clinton Suggs, and you're going to see it right here from a deep three, banked in, and that's the way the third quarter ends. So the lead grew to 12. There's head coach Adam D'Andrea. However, now it's back to 5. Really good ball game. Williamstown High School breaking their huddle after getting directives from head coach Adam D'Andrea. I believe the possession will belong to Kingsway. I apologize, it will not. It will belong to Williamstown. So Williamstown hits a 3 at the buzzer to make the lead 5, and they're going to look to start the fourth quarter by cutting into that again. Indication Matthews to Foreman. Back up top to Suggs, around the perimeter to Gordon. Back to Suggs to Foreman. Gordon flashes through the zone, catches it right in front of his own bench, dribbles to the baseline, finds Covington from 16 feet. That's no good. And Jameer Gordon picks up another foul on an over-the-back call due to the good box out by J.D. Johnson. That's the second time Jameer Gordon's been a little over-aggressive on a rebound with good box outs by Kingsway. Picked up a couple fouls. That is his third, team's first here in the fourth quarter. Thompson with the basketball for Kingsway to Conklin. And there's another foul in the play. This one's on Tyson Foreman.
Tyson Foreman is third.
That's Tyson Foreman's third. Williamstown second, only 32 ticks in. Johnson inbound. To the corner to Witherspoon. Witherspoon wants to go baseline. Lays it up and no good. Jameer Gordon throw ahead to Tyson Foreman. He gathers before it goes out of bounds and pulls it back out. Suggs has it. Comes off a screen, looks to take a three. It's up, no good. Rebound to Thompson. Thompson has it being covered by Jameer Gordon. Passes to Conklin. Conklin looking to take Tyson Foreman, does so to the foul line, turns and passes it back. Jameer Gordon steps right in the passing lane, intercepts and scores. Czar Witherspoon with the basketball. Dribble handoff to J.D. Johnson. The lead is now 3. Like I said, in the third quarter, it was once 12. Johnson to Witherspoon. Witherspoon being covered by Gordon. Joe Steck with the basketball to J.D. Johnson. He dribbles along the baseline, finds himself in trouble, is able to kick it back out to Conklin, and Kingsway will reset. Tyson Foreman covering Conklin. He goes down the heart of the paint, kicks to the corner. Joe Steck's 3 is up and go. The freshman, Joe Steck, knocks down a 3-point field goal, and it's a big one. Stretches the lead back to 6 for Kingsway. Matthews to Suggs. Euro step into the paint, kicks to the corner. 3-point field goal's up and no good. We have a foul on the play. I believe we have a foul on the play. The official had to go over to the scores table to clear up the confusion. Williamstown already with 2 team fouls here in this fourth quarter, which has 5:54 left in it.
Warning has been assessed.
Oh, it was a warning from, there's no foul on the play. It was a warning from the official. Strapped was Conklin. He turns it over to Suggs. Suggs is going to lay it in. So Conklin was trapped as he caught the inbounds pass. Williamstown picking up 1-2-1-1 full court pressure here. J.D. Johnson has it. He throws it ahead to Czar Witherspoon, who lays it in. Back and forth we go. Jameer Gordon up top to Suggs. Dribbles down the heart of the paint. The floater's up and good. Marini to Johnson. Back to Marini. Pressure bothering Kingsway a little bit here. However, they are able to break the timeline and get the ball into the half court, into the front court. Johnson to Witherspoon. The lead is 4 for Kingsway. To Marini, to the wing to Johnson. Dribbles along the baseline, is going to lay it in and good. J.D. Johnson catches the ball in the wing. Drives the baseline and lays it in for 2. 45-39, 4:53 left here in the fourth. High school dance and cheerleading team. We comment on them every time we show them because they are really good at what they do, folks. Halftime performances and these performances at Dead Balls. Young ladies do a nice job. So here's what we got. 4:53 left in the contest. Kingsway Dragons up 6. Possession will belong to Williamstown. Kingsway still in that 2-3 zone. They've played it all evening. Suggs around the perimeter to Jameer Gordon. Jameer Gordon gets fouled by J.D. Johnson. Hand check called on the Jameer Gordon drive. Williamstown will inbound. Williamstown inbounds. They get it into the hands of Foreman. He catches it midway through the paint. However, dribbles it back out. There's a skip pass to Suggs. Back up top to Gordon. Three-point field goal is up. No good. Rebound to Conklin. Kingsway now in possession. Conklin obtained the floorboard. J.D. Johnson with the basketball being covered by Foreman, and there's another foul on the play. This one is on Tyson Foreman.
Tyson Foreman.
His fourth. Team third here in the fourth quarter.
Tyson Foreman.
Conklin with the basketball for Kingsway. We're approaching the halfway point of the fourth. Kamar Goodall into the game. He's covering Johnson. They kick up to the corner for a corner three. Mateo Marini knocks down a corner three, and the lead's back to 9. Suggs to the rim. Can't finish. J.D. Johnson with the rebound. Throw ahead pass, and ahead of the pack is Marini. He lays it in and scores. 5 straight points by Marini stretches the lead from 6 back to 11. Dribble drive by Gordon, up and no good. However, he's fouled.
Czar Witherspoon is third.
Foul was on Czar Witherspoon. That's his third, team second.
At the line for praise, Jameer Gordon shoots 2.
First free throw is up and good for Gordon. Checking back into the game for the Braves is number 15, Dimitri Walker, number 13, Ian Basilio. They'll replace Kason Matthews and Braden Covington. Gordon's second free throw is up and no good. Conklin comes down with the rebound. Leads 10. Conklin loses Gordon on the dribble drive. However, he can't finish. Dimitri Walker with the rebound. He outlets it to Goodall. Goodall's in transition, kicks it to the corner. Clinton Suggs will drive to the basket and lay it in. Good decision by Clinton Suggs. He could have settled for the three. However, he figured he'd take it to the basket, and that was the right decision. He took it to the basket, laid it in. Kingsway with the basketball. Thompson down the heart of the paint. Goodall confronts him. Thompson kicks it back out, and the ball's in the hands of Conklin. He's being covered by Basilio. J.D. Johnson being covered by Jameer Gordon. Kingsway, good ball handling guards. They know what they're doing. They know how to bleed clock. However, they're doubled right there by Clinton Suggs. Matteo Marini hits another three. He's having a huge fourth quarter. Clinton Suggs for three, no good. Ball is out of bounds and Kingsway in possession. I think we have an offensive foul on number 20. That is Nick Conklin, his second. Team third in the possession on the offensive foul. Goes back to Williamstown. Conklin couldn't get free on the full court pressure. Kind of pushed off in order to do so. Ref called him. It'll be a baseline inbound. Basilio to do so. Kicks it back out to Kamar Goodall. He gets it back to Basilio. Back to Goodall. Retrieves it before the backcourt. Clinton Suggs will go all the way to the lane in an aggressive fashion and get fouled. Didn't finish, but drew the foul. I like Suggs' aggressiveness here in this fourth quarter. Not settling for threes, taking the ball right to the basket. Take it to the basket, good things happen.
Shooting two.
First one's good. Not the second. However, Suggs gets his own rebound, can't finish, and it'll be Kingsway basketball. Ball goes out of bounds off of Clinton Suggs. 53-43, 2:02 left in this one. Ball into the hands of Thompson, back to Marini. There's a foul on the play. J.D. Johnson is fouled. The foul's on Ian Basilio, I believe. And it is, that's his third, team fourth.
Basilio, his third. And fourth.
Conklin has it, being covered by Goodall. Goodall, good pressuring defensive guard. However, he's called right there for the hand check, and that'll put him into the bonus.
First half, Mark Goodall is first. Teams in the bonus.
Conklin will go to the line to shoot two.
At the line, Nick Conklin shoots two.
First one is up and no good. Checking into the game for Kingsway is Joe Steck. He'll replace Czar Witherspoon.
Replaces Czar Witherspoon. The Braves, Tyson Foreman.
Tyson Foreman comes back in for Williamstown. He replaces Basilio. Williamstown's going to need some buckets in a hurry here. Inside of the 2-minute mark. Second one is up and good. That leads now back to 11. Suggs with it. splits double team, back kicks it out to Jameer Gordon. 3-point field goes up and no good. J.D. Johnson with the rebound for Kingsway. He's being doubled. Dribbles it all the way up the sideline, and then he's fouled, and then there's a timeout.
Kingsway calls timeout.
It's a timeout called by head coach Brian Kuzmic. He saw the double team coming. He saw that Johnson couldn't see the Williamstown player behind him. Calls the timeout and saves the turnover. 54-43, 1:36 left. An overview of the Kingsway huddle. Kingsway has things in their favor right now, taking control of this basketball game, which only has 1:36 left in it. Kingsway's lead's now 11.
Kingsway ball.
Kingsway to inbound. They get it into Conklin. Over to Witherspoon. Witherspoon is now fouled by Jameer Gordon.
First foul, Jameer Gordon's fourth. Team in the bonus. At the line, Czar Witherspoon shooting 2.
Free throw is up and no good. He'll get one more. That one is no good either. Suggs to Gordon. Gordon looks to go baseline, can't do so. Splits a double team. Left-handed floater into the paint is no good. Marini tries to pass out of the double team. That's stolen on the side to Jameer Gordon. Clinton Suggs stole the inbounds pass. I'm sorry, not the inbounds pass. Stole the pass out of the double team. Able to find Gordon underneath. Williamstown will call a timeout.
A full timeout, Braves.
And it is a full timeout.
Correction, that is a 30-second timeout.
Okay, now they just changed it, and it will be a 30-second timeout. You're watching the Williamstown huddle. With 1:13 left, they're trying to figure out what they can do to climb back into this. The lead is 9. Kingsway will inbound.
Kingsway ball.
Full court pressure obviously being applied here with only 1:13 left. J.D. Johnson gets it into Witherspoon. They'll foul him. He just missed 2 free throws, so that's good. I mean, that's the player you want to foul if you're Williamstown.
Basilio, his 4th, team in the bonus. Line for Kingsway is on Witherspoon, shoots 2.
Czar Witherspoon will shoot 2. First one is up and good. Witherspoon gets another. This is the second. Gordon to Goodall. Goodall to Basilio, to the corner to Foreman. Gets good of a good head and ball fake. Gets the defender to fly by, and he nails the three. Tyson Foreman with a good head and ball fake. Drew the defender, who flew by him on the closeout, and then he nailed a three to cut this lead to 7. Full timeout. Let's take it with him. Williamstown breaking their huddle after calling a timeout, which just before the timeout, Tyson Foreman drained a three from the corner right in front of their bench. There's exactly 1 minute left in this one. Williamstown refusing to go away. Kingsway refusing to relinquish the lead. They get the ball into Marini. He's double teamed, and it's almost stolen by Basilio. However, it goes off of Basilio out of bounds. Marini was double teamed, couldn't see his way out of it. Kingsway's fortunate the ball went out of bounds there. J.D. Johnson inbound. They do so to Marini. Who's double teamed. There's a jump ball, and Kingsway has possession. Two fortunate situations right there. Although 7 ticks went off the clock. J.D. Johnson will inbound again. Marini gets it in. He gets it into the middle of the court this time, which is a help. Tyson Foreman and Williamstown putting up a lot of pressure up top, which you expect. And now we have a 10-second violation. That's a great job by Williamstown's defense. Applying the pressure with the full court press. Kingsway unable to get it across the timeline. Lead is 7. Williamstown looking to cut into it a little more. Suggs down the heart of the paint, and there's a foul on the play. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that will put Kingsway into the bonus. So Williamstown gets 2 things accomplished. They had an opportunity to score from the charity stripe, and the clock also stops. First one is up and no good. Second one is good. Leads now 6. J.D. Johnson gets it, drives by to Basilio. They get it to the front court. Conklin has it, and he's fouled.
There's Conklin, Suggs, the second team bonus. To the left, Kingsway, Nick Conklin.
Nick Conklin's done a nice job in here for Kingsway tonight. Both from handling the ball, knocking down some threes, made a bunch of free throws. He's back at the line now. Shoot 2. First one's up and down it goes. Second one goes in as well. Leads back to 8. 30 seconds left. Jameer Gordon to the rim and scores. Timeout, Williamstown.
Ravens call timeout. That will be a full timeout and their final timeout.
You're looking at the Williamstown huddle. Head coach Adam D'Andrea doing everything he can, and so are his players. Keep themselves in this one. And they certainly are doing that. The Kingsway lead is 6. 24 ticks left. Williamstown will look to apply the full court pressure. If they can get a steal, great. They'll look to score. If not, they'll want to foul immediately. Get the clock stopped. Williamstown breaks their huddle. Kingsway does as well.
And time will be Kingsway ball.
25.2 seconds remaining. Straight full court man now. It's not the 1-2-1-1. They switch to full court man. And there's a 5-second Brian Kuzmic does a nice job calling a timeout to avoid that turnover. And he did it just before the 5-second count came into play.
That is a full timeout for Kingsway.
It's a full timeout. So let's one more time go over our sponsors because they deserve it and helping us bring these contests to you. Give you the full list of them here. Burlington Beach, ICS Consulting Insurance Services, Scarpelli's Restaurant on Route 54 in Hamilton. If you haven't been there to see the remodeling job that they've done and to enjoy their food, you need to get to Scarpelli's Restaurant right on Route 54, 12th Street as you enter Hamilton. JPC Construction, Bryson and Yates Engineering Consultants, Ronnie's Produce, and McAdoo Fresh. That was a great job by Williamstown over the last inbounds play. They switched their pressure, their full court pressure. Instead of the 1-2-1-1, they went to full court man and were in deny mode and almost drew a 5-second call. However, good heads up timeout by head coach of Kingsway, Brian Kuzmic, was able to avoid it. Still full court man. Now there's a double, and Matteo Marini will be fouled. Only 2 seconds went off the clock. Amir Washington will come in for Tyson Foreman. That is his 5th, and he will unfortunately have to leave this contest.
At the line, Matteo Marini will shoot 2.
Matteo Marini looking to stretch this 6-point lead. First one is up and good. Second one is as well. Joe Steck will return. And he'll replace Marini. Suggs has it. He's going to look to pull up for 3. No, he doesn't. He passes to Washington. Back to Suggs. 3-point field goal is up and good. Adam D'Andrea doesn't have any timeouts left, so he can't call one. J.D. Johnson throws it off of Williamstown out of bounds. He throws it off of Basilio. And it goes out of bounds. There's 7 seconds left in this 59-54. Kingsway. J.D. Johnson inbounds it to Conklin, and he'll be fouled by Gordon.
There's Jameer Gordon. That is his 5th personal foul.
Jameer Gordon has now fouled out.
Case Matthews in for Jameer Gordon. At the line, Nick Conklin shoots 2.
Conklin returns to the free throw line. He's been there a bunch tonight. Nice little player is Nick Conklin. First one's up and good. He gets another. 6 ticks left. That one's no good. Basilio with the rebound to Kason Matthews. 3-point field goal is up and no good. Marini with the rebound, and that will end this contest. It was a fun one in here tonight. Williamstown, unfortunately, not on the winning side of this. The Kingsway Dragons are your final score in here tonight is Kingsway. Let's first go to some game-changer replay highlights. There's a 3 from the corner by Marini. He had a couple of those. He had a huge third quarter. Suggs able to find Gordon underneath, lays it in. Another three-point field goal. I believe that was Marini's. I'm sorry. That was Tyson Foreman's three-pointer. Jameer Gordon, you're going to watch come right into your living room. There he is, laying it in for two. Good head and ball fake. Three-point field goal attempt is up and good by Suggs. All second half action here, and it was a fun one. Your final score in here tonight from Williamstown is the Kingsway Dragons 60 to Williamstown Braves 54. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to BFA Sports. We'd like to thank our whole BFA crew, and BFA Sports would like to see you the next time you play ball.